I'm not signing them papers, man. That's not my daughter.
Don't throw this
I'm not
at me.
paying child support. We getting divorced, right?
Excuse
She's
me.
not my daughter biologically.
You signed these adoption papers, giving these child the same biological rights as a child who is your own.
Bro, I didn't sign the birth certificate. What adoption paper? Where I signed them at?
He messed up real bad, man. First of all, why are you getting yourself involved with a woman that has children and you don't have any? You already starting off wrong. You already starting off putting yourself in a bad situation, dealing with a woman, marrying a woman with a child, because women look for men for protection and providing for children, whether it's theirs or not. So she wants you to protect and provide for that child just as much as it was your own. So then she convinced you to adopt this child. What you did, sir, by adopting this child, you put yourself legally responsible for that child. What does that mean? Child support. He did this to himself. He can go to court. He can fight it. But guess what? He is going to lose because he decided to adopt a child that does not carry his DNA. By doing so, he allowed himself, he voluntarily put himself into the legal responsibilities of said child, whether it carries his DNA or not. And now that she is deciding to divorce him, he is going to have to pay child support for this child.
I got the papers.
Okay, you got the papers. You ain't got no papers.
Did he sign the birth certificate?
No, he didn't.
I didn't sign a birth certificate. That's what I'm saying. That's not my daughter biologically. Her daddy in
But
jail.
she was there.
It don't matter whether you sign a birth certificate or not. You signed the adoption papers. Honestly, that really supersedes the birth certificate. You signed the freaking adoption papers, man. You did this to yourself.
Since she was born.
Okay, what that mean?
You adopted her though. I got the adoption papers somewhere.
Okay, but what that mean?
Somewhere.
I'm not paying child support.
We were married for 7 years.
Just pull out the birth certificate.
Okay, it don't really matter if we was married or not. It don't really matter. That's not my daughter.
Look.
I'm not about to pay child support. You move on, meet somebody else. Then he taking care of you and your daughter. You getting double benefits. How did that sound?
Once you adopt this child, it becomes yours in the same.
But what I'm saying is,
capacity as
where
a
the papers at?
biological child. I understand. Do you have the papers?
First of all, I don't know why he's coming to this meeting without his own lawyer, without his own legal representation. You should not trust anything that her lawyer says because he is representing her. He is looking out for her best interest. He don't give a damn about you, dude. He's not your client. You're not his client. He is representing her. So the fact that you are coming to this meeting without any legal representation, without anyone to have your best interest at heart, without anyone who has passed the bar, you are putting yourself behind the ball. You are putting yourself at a disadvantage. She has lawyered up. Why aren't you? And if it's a cost thing, I get it because lawyers are expensive and Lord knows they want their money up front. I completely get all that, but you got to figure this out. You talk to somebody. If you know anybody that knows some lawyers, anyone that knows some family court law lawyers, look them up on Google or something. You got to figure something out because you cannot allow yourself to get finessed. At least get 50-50, do something. If you are going to have to pay for this child that you adopted, at least get equal custody so you can at least get something out of the deal.
She don't know where that papers is even at. That's what I'm saying. She's so unorganized. That's why we're getting divorced now. You're not organized. It's not my kid.
You're signing these papers.
I'm not signing nothing. No, I'm not. I just told you I'm not signing this.
Since she's been born.
This paper, I'm not signing. I'm not signing that. This is her decision to get divorced. So why should I pay for her daughter that's not mine biologically? Whether you think I adopted her or not, yeah, I took care of her.
Give us 15 and we'll figure this out.
Okay,
So
you might need 15. You know what I'm saying?
You're just throwing away 7 years.
Can you imagine being married, being with a woman who is like this? She wants to take full advantage of you. She wants to divorce you. She wants you to take care of a child that's not yours. She finessed you into legally adopting this child, knowing good and well you didn't fully know what you were getting yourself into. But women are smart. They know the law. They know how to use the law to their advantage. Why do you think you got so many women getting pregnant by these NBA players, these NFL players, these ballers, shot callers, because they know they can get child support from that man when they decide to leave him. So a woman like this, she is so argumentative. She is slamming papers in his face talking about, oh no, you going to sign this. Can you imagine what he had to go through to be with her during that whole time? You know she was spitting fire at him all the freaking time. You know she was making his life miserable while at the same time demanding that he protect and provide and pay for and put clothes on his back and food in the mouth of a child that is not his. And she's saying, you've been around since she was born. You mean to tell me, dude, that you got with a woman that had a newborn baby, that had a child still in freaking diapers, and you stayed with her? You got married to her eventually? You adopted this child from birth?
Years of being in your daughter's
You're throwing away
life.
7
You
years.
raised her.
This was your idea,
You
not mine.
raised her. We were together.
This was your idea, not mine.
You know what?
Was it not your idea to get divorced?
Look, we're not getting anywhere.
Okay.
Let's just take 15 minutes to cool off and come
How
back.
you don't want to help me take care of Charlotte?
Yo, you
Bro, she didn't even listen to her own lawyer. Her own lawyer is telling her, let's take 15 minutes to cool off, take a break. She still want to sit there and argue. A man that she has paid so much money, hell, she may have even gotten it for free, but even still, she's not even listening to her own legal representation, and she want to sit here and argue with this man about, why aren't you helping me taking care of Charlotte? You've been there for all this time. Sign these papers, sign these papers. You adopted her. I got you. We can go to court, but I got you. You're going to pay this child support. That's really what this is all about. She could care less if he don't want to sign the divorce papers, but she be damned if she get off of that table and he is not being legally on the hook for child support. So she can take him to court. She want to get that wage garnishment. She want to make sure that he is on the hook for as much child support as possible. She ain't going to give him custody. Oh, hell no, no. You ain't going to get no custody. No, she going to make sure that he gets as much child support taken from him as humanly possible.
you being unprofessional.
How
right
you
now.
don't want to help me take care of
You're
Charlotte?
very unprofessional.
So
Like,
what I'm supposed to
talk
tell
to your
Charlotte?
lawyer.
So what I'm supposed to tell her?
Tell her that we
So
getting
what am I
divorced.
supposed to tell her?
Okay, I'm
So
not
you
signing that.
just
Quit
walking
throwing
out
that
of
at
her
me.
life completely.
Yes.
You see?
I am.
Do you hear that? Do you hear? Let me rewind it real quick. Let me rewind it real quick.
So
Getting
what am I
divorced.
supposed to tell her?
Okay, I'm
So
not
you
signing that.
just
Quit
walking
throwing
out
that
of
at
her
me.
life completely.
Yes.
Do y'all hear this sign language? So you just going to walk out of her life completely. Do you hear the shaming tactics, the guilt tactics that she is using to try to manipulate him into signing these papers to make him feel so bad? Oh no, you just going to just walk out of your daughter's life, a little girl that you've been taking care of for all these years? Do you hear this? This is what they do. They use these manipulation tactics to make you feel bad. The fact that you signed up to be a stepdaddy in the first place, and now she is leaving you, but no, she don't want to leave your provision. She don't want to leave the benefits of being with you. Oh no, she's not going to leave that. She's going to take that with her as much as humanly possible, and she's going to use all these kind of shame tactics, all the guilt tactics in the world to make you believe that what you're doing is absolutely wrong.
I'm back. I'm not signing that paper. I will sign a divorce paper, but I'm not paying no child support. If I
I'm gonna find the adoption papers, and you're gonna sign this paper.
okay, whatever. I'm gonna get me a lawyer too. I don't care. I'm gonna
Get
get an
your
attorney
lawyer.
too.
The papers are signed.
Okay, I'm gonna get a lawyer. We're not even gonna discuss this anymore. I'm done. Y'all done? Cause I'm gonna get a lawyer.
There's two ways to really handle this. You can get a lawyer, which is by your own.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to a single word that he says. Lawyer up, and then come back to the conversation. Go stand in front of a judge if you need to, but do not trust anything that her lawyer says, because he is looking out for her best interest. He don't care about your interest as long as he accomplishes the best suitable option for his client. He don't give a damn about you, dude. You should have never have come to this without a lawyer, knowing good and well that she had one. And if you didn't know she had one, when you walked in the room, you were already at a disadvantage when you saw that she had someone sitting next to her and you were sitting by your damn self. Don't even put yourself in the situation. And she said she's going to find the adoption papers. If this is true and he did adopt her, sir, you're stuck. But if there are no adoption papers, if he did not legally adopt this little girl, she cannot force him to get on child support. He didn't sign the birth certificate. I don't even know why you were around when to even be able to sign the birth certificate in the first place. If you got with her and she was already pregnant, your ass should have been out the door and long gone while she was pregnant. Don't even put yourself in that situation. But she's trying to make sure that he can't just walk away from the situation, even though she decided to come to the table with another man's baby. Where's that man's baby? Where's the real daddy? Where's the father? Why don't you put his ass on child support? He's the real father. Why are you trying to get with this man to force him to pay child support? You know why? Because he's a good man. Because he has been there for all these years. He's been reliable. You have trusted this man with your daughter for all these freaking years. You want to try to use these guilt tactics to make him feel bad because you want to leave him. You want to divorce him. You file for divorce like 80% of women do nowadays. And it was not his idea to get divorced in the first place. So now you want him to be on the hook for this. But if she can't find those adoption papers, if they don't exist in any kind of database or legal file system, guess what, sir? Sign them divorce papers and walk away. She came into this as a package deal. She leaves as a package deal. That is not your daughter. You can, if you want to, if she allows it, you can try to have a relationship. But honestly, it hurts. But it may be better if you decide to completely separate yourself from the little girl as well. And that's the thing. This is another reason why men do not want to be stepfathers nowadays, because it is such a bad deal for us. Because when women decide to leave us, they don't want us to leave the child. They want to just make us be attached to that child and keep on paying for everything. And guys don't even want to have children because of these family court laws. You want men to participate more in marriage and having children and willing to be around for these kids. Guess what? Change the family court laws. Maybe they don't want to have children. Maybe they don't want to get married. But nowadays, the guys, they don't want to even put themselves at risk in the first place.
One regard you're able to do. But the more this is dragged out, the more it becomes more like child support and less like supporting Charlotte like you already have been. And one seems a little more expensive than the other.
All right,
and those are the only two.
I'm gonna get a lawyer. I can pay for the money. I can afford a lawyer. I'm cool. So y'all can.
You really not
y'all can go talk about some different terms.
You're not serious.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
You see how violent she's being? She is being violent against him, towards him, on camera. She knows she's on camera, and in front of a witness, in front of her lawyer. Can you imagine what she is doing behind closed doors? How many times she's put her hands on him behind closed doors, maybe even in front of her own daughter? What kind of example are you setting for your own daughter, ma'am? The fact that you are putting your hands on a grown man out here. You know why? Because she knows she can get away with it. She knows that nobody's going to come to arrest her or anything. She knows she's not going to face any kind of consequences. She can just do whatever she wants with no one checking her, no one holding her accountable, no kind of repercussions whatsoever.
Why are you doing all that? You see what she got on, bro? That's why I'm cool, bro. She already thotting and stuff, man. I'm cool. I'm gonna get a lawyer. I'm not signing that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I'm gonna get a lawyer, bro.
Fellas, this is why you need to stay away from women with children, especially if you don't have any. Now, let me preface that. I believe in blended families. I do. If you have a kid and she has a kid, both of you have one kid apiece, y'all might be able to make something happen. But if you do not have any children, do not put yourself in a situation where you are dealing with a woman and her child, possibly the baby daddy or baby daddies as well, and going through all this adoption stuff. Don't even put yourself in this situation if you don't have kids. It is a bad deal for a man to seriously date and or marry a woman and she has more children than him. It is an absolute bad deal out here. I know. I've been through it. It's a bad deal. Don't do it, because you will find yourself in a situation just like this man right here, where she is leaving you. She is divorcing you, and she wants to make sure that she got you for child support before she leaves your ass out the door. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video right here. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe for the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.